So this might offend you, especially if you're one of those guys who thinks that the only way you can make money is to sit in your room, be locked in all the time, work extremely hard, because that is not true. And I used to believe that shit until I got to a point where I realized it's not true, it's BS. And that's when my income started going up and up and up every single month. And now I got to a point where I set myself financially free completely in my early 20s, which is kind of crazy to say. But it all came from realizing that the fact that you think that getting rich is difficult and you have to work hard, that is the very reason why it becomes hard for you. How you think and how you view the world and your beliefs that you hold is what creates everything in reality. I used to be the person who would sit in my room, live with my parents, grinding, trying to make money online, trying to start an agency and drop shipping, all these different businesses. And I thought deep down to myself, because that's what I've seen in social media and all these other platforms, that the only way I can get rich is I have to sit in my room all day long, work super, super hard, do all of these cold calls and hustle, and if I just work enough hours, I will get rich, I will make it. That was like the only thing that I thought of all the time. And then guess what? I was stuck. I failed with so many different businesses. I was miserable, living with my parents, hated it, hated being in Sweden in the cold during the winters, barely no sunlight whatsoever. And everything clicked, everything changed when I realized that, and it took a lot of time to understand as well, is that there's no universal truth. It doesn't have to be difficult to make it, because now what my life looks like is I travel all over the world. Last couple of months I've been in multiple different countries. I hang out right now I'm in Medellin, Colombia. I was in Brazil before. I was hanging out at the beach. I work a couple of hours every single day and I make thousands of dollars per day in profit as like a random Swedish kid who didn't even speak English to begin with on this journey, which is kind of insane to even think about, like how far I've gotten. And I've gotten to this point by understanding that the stuff that actually matters is about who you are, how you view the world. A person who believes that working hard and grinding and sacrificing like everything, sacrificing your health and social life and experiences and travel is what is required to make it and make 10K a month, 20K a month, 30K a month, whatever your goal is. That person will find confirmation of that in your reality. You will end up attracting what you think to be true. But if you're someone who believes deep down to your bone that you're someone who's able to make 30K a month while traveling, working 3 to 4 hours per day, enjoying your life, having fun, you will pursue businesses and you will make decisions that will attract that into your life. Hopefully this doesn't sound too woo-woo, because I'm not that type of like woo-woo, like manifestation, like super big on that stuff, but I've realized as I've gone on my journey more and more, as I've been making more and more money on my journey, that this is so freaking true. I will not have gotten to a point right now where I'm able to have the amount of freedom that I have, travel around and make this like insane amount of money that I dreamt of making on a monthly basis back then, now per day, if I didn't realize this stuff, okay? So if you're that guy right now who's like sitting in your room, whether you're living with your parents, if you're living on your own and you're trying to like make money online, realize and look at your own beliefs. What do you believe to be true about yourself? What do you believe to be true about the world, about hustle culture and grinding? Because whatever you believe to be true is going to become your reality as well. But there's so many people that I've met personally on my own journey, and for myself included, that live these lives where they don't work that hard. They don't work 10 hours per day, and they still make like disgusting amounts of money simply because they believe that it's true. Your level of confidence in what you believe to be true is what's going to dictate your reality. If you believe that working a couple hours per day is possible for yourself to do, and it's easy to get rich, it doesn't require a lot of hard work to get rich. It requires smart work, smart decisions. It requires you acting in accordance with the version of yourself who's already successful and is taking specific actions that the version of yourself would do. Then you get those results effortlessly, okay? It's all about doing the internal work. It's about becoming the person and acting in alignment with the version of yourself that you have inside of you that is already successful. And you make decisions like that. Doesn't mean that you have to work harder. It just means that you work in a smarter way. You make decisions differently. You do more high leverage plays, and you pursue business models and business opportunities that the version of yourself that's already successful would do, and that's how you end up aligning your entire life to actually get the dream life that you want. That's when you end up living these that you see people online live, where they travel all over the world, they don't sit on the computer 24/7, And if that's what you want, that's fine. I'm not gonna tell you what you want in this video, but if you're not the type of guy who wants to sit down and build the next Apple or Microsoft, you want to actually travel, enjoy your life, get in good shape, get a tan, see cool places. That's the life I've been living these last couple of months, and it's freaking amazing. working, building something meaningful. I personally do high ticket sales. I change people's lives by building a skill that I've learned myself. One simple, straightforward skill to allow me to get freedom and confidence and help other people change their lives as well, because I learned first off doing closing myself, and then I started teaching other people and also started building sales teams and started managing sales teams. That's what's given me freedom to do all this without even having to build my own business while being on this journey. So hopefully this makes sense to you, and please just sit down and actually remove these beliefs that you hold right now that success has to be difficult, because you believing that is exactly what's keeping you stuck right now. And if you just shift that belief, you can become a part of those people who are living the dream life that you want, who are traveling, being in places like this. You could come out here to where I'm at right now in Medellin and meet up with people like myself and live this like cool dream lives just because you believe it's possible. It all starts with your belief. You will find confirmation in reality for what you believe internally. Hopefully that's valuable, hopefully it makes sense. I'll see you in the next video. If you want my help to get into the business model that I do, high ticket sales, you can book a call with me down below or shoot me a DM on Instagram if you want to talk. I'll see you guys soon. Ciao.